Today we're going to take a look at the STREAMLIGHT STYLUS Pro USB rechargeable flashlight and see, is it a good everyday carry, and is it as good as all the preppers say it is? Hey guys, Toolman Tim here. Welcome back to the workshop where we create community, find freedom, promote preparedness, and share success. Back with another gear review for you. Real quick, you want to know more about who I am? ToolmanTim.co. Alright, so I've been wearing this flashlight for just about a month. I started wearing this one right before Christmas time, and overall, my impressions are I really like it. So let's talk about the specs on this. First off, the model number is 66134. It comes with a USB recharging port. So, see if we can show you that right there. So see up front, there's a sliding lens cover. Right there is the USB micro port. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's take a look at the battery while we're talking about that. So you unscrew the rear push cap there, and just like that. Same diameter as AAA batteries, but not the same length as two of them. So you're not going to be able to put two AAA batteries in there and get by with it. It's a proprietary battery from STREAMLIGHT. What do I like about it? It doesn't have the USB port built right into it. I kind of like that. What are the specs on it? 350 lumens on high. You get 100 meters, just about 350 feet of beam distance on high. And it has two settings, so you've got high and low, and on low you're going to get 90 lumens. The thing about these everyday carry flashlights is they don't need to be like X-ray bright, that if you shine it at an animal you're going to see its skeleton. For me, it's just for up close work. So the brightness is still nice, but I carry this 99% of the time when I'm working, doing something, and I need to see into like a shadowy area, or these old eyes need better light. I just bring it out and shine it up close. So the overall brightness is great, but it's not a deal breaker in my mind for an everyday carry. So this thing weighs 51 grams, or in freedom units, just under 2 ounces. It's an all aluminum construction. It has some real nice knurling right there, which means it'll be nice for gripping, holding on to, and it has an anodized aluminum finish. You might be saying, well, what is anodized aluminum? Well, what it is a chemical process that turns this black in this case, and it's basically a chemical paint. So you're not adding anything to it, you're creating it so that it helps it resist even more corrosion and rust. That's the big difference between anodized and painted. Painted you can scrape off, anodized basically becomes part of the metal in that case. It has a really sturdy pocket or belt clip right there, which I clip to the inside of my neck knife. I have paracord running around my neck. It clips there and stays there all the time. This sliding shroud right here, what's kind of cool about it is it focuses the light just a little bit. It doesn't go from a flood to a spot, but it works really well that way. The rubberized end tip right there allows you to just press on and let go, or click on and let go. You click it on once for low, click it off, click it on a second time for high, and then click it off. On high, you're going to get 1.5 hours of run time. On low, you're going to get 3.5 hours of run time. Here's the thing. I've been wearing this for a month. I haven't had to charge it yet. So you're probably not going to be able to see this, but right, oh yeah, maybe you can. That little dot right there, that is an LED light. When it's charging, it's on solid red. When it's fully charged, it's on solid green. It takes 2.5 hours on a USB micro to recharge it. I'm going to talk a little bit here in a minute about the things I didn't love about it. As far as how durable and how tough it is, well, it's an IPX4 rating, which means it's rated for splashing water from all sides. It doesn't have a dust rating, unlike some of the other ones, but all the ports are sealed with O-rings. It's drop tested for about 3 feet, which means at any distance that I'm going to hold it, it's going to be probably higher than 3 feet, but it's been drop tested at just over 3 actually, 1 meter. Now what didn't I love about this to start with? Well, the first thing is, I don't want to compare this because we're going to do a comparison, we're going to do a showdown video next week between the Coast and between this one, just so you guys get an idea. It's going to be a much more in-depth deep dive into both flashlights, but it doesn't take AAA batteries. It takes a proprietary battery, which is cool, but if you're in a pinch, it sure is nice to be able to load it up with AAA batteries. Like Coast does, they give you an insertable sleeve that allow you to put 2 AAAs in there. That would have been nice, not a deal breaker, just one of those things. Another thing, take it or leave it, but it doesn't have an accidental push guard around it here, so it's really easy to push the button, which I like. The downside is twice in the last month I've looked down and it looked like I had an Iron Man heart in there because I bumped it and turned my flashlight on. So just be wary of that, keep an eye on it. Now, the thing about aluminum is it attracts the cold a lot more than, say, a polycarbonate flashlight would. So sometimes I'm outdoors working, I got to put the flashlight in my mouth. It's pretty cold. It doesn't stick to your lips like you'd think it would. But overall, of course, metal's a better heat sink, a cool sink. So it gets much colder in the wintertime, or at least much colder feeling to your hands and to your face than, say, a plastic flashlight would. So one thing I would love to see them do is change these over to USB-C, just so that I have more redundancy in my home. I have standardized almost all my rechargeables on USB-C. This is a USB micro. Now, it comes with its own cable, and that's totally fine. But I would like to see them upgrade it. It also comes with this thing. So if somebody out there can tell me what the hell this thing is, I'd love to know. This is basically what it is. It looks like, I don't know, a sleeve or a belt loop or something to clip your flashlight onto. I'm not sure how it works. Somebody knows, let me know. Now, a couple other things I learned while researching this is the tail cap right here tends to be a little bit, it wears out over time. A lot of people, a lot of complaints on the reviews on Amazon was talking about this. So you can get a replacement tail cap just like this for $5 US on Amazon, or you can get a replacement tail cap and a clip for about $8 or a little better. I'll put the links to both of them in the description. Also, if you're feeling fancy, you can get different colored tail caps, which is kind of cool. And one final cool accessory that you can get, of course, you can get a replacement clip that actually will pull off if you really try hard. But this one is just a one-way clip. And if you guys have seen some of those, I guess they're a bit of a newer design clip. They're a two-way, so they go this way, then they bend back that way. And if you like to wear a hat, it'll clip right onto the bill of your hat and allow you to wear it as kind of a makeshift headlamp. I'll put the link to that in the description as well. But if you guys have any cool accessories for the STREAMLIGHT, let me know. That's one thing I like about this, is how accessorizable, try that word 3 times fast, it is. So I hope you enjoyed this look at the STREAMLIGHT Stylus Pro. I really like it. It's got a 4.7 star review on Amazon. Right now it's just over $40 US, so it's a bit of an investment. You wouldn't want to lose it, but it holds up really well. It's quite durable, and I think I'm going to keep wearing it. So tune in next week, and we're going to do a side-by-side comparison showdown between the STREAMLIGHT Stylus Pro and the Coast Poly Steel. See which one is going to be my everyday carry going forward. So that's it for me this week, guys. As always, stay happy, stay healthy, and have a great week.